interesting experiments with hypnosis, okay? A lot of people get nervous about that. Sometimes people say, are you going to make me act like a chicken or a duck? I don't know. I much prefer perverted sexual behavior. No. What we're going to do is just try some simple test, just some very simple test in some hypnotic type suggestion, okay? Now, I always tell people, and a lot of people have different theories about hypnosis, and without getting deeply into the technical aspect of it, and this is a basic overgeneralization, there's no such thing as hypnosis, there's only self-hypnosis, if you understand what I'm saying. You have to do it to yourself. I can't do anything to you. I can suggest something to you, think this or think that, and if you're a good subject and you really do what I say, it'll happen. But if you don't, or you think it won't work, or you want to fight it, or prove you can't be hypnotized, something like that, well, of course, it won't work. And the object is to show you the capacity of your own mind, not to make you look silly or anything like that. The fact of the matter is, even the deepest subject in the world would instantly snap out of it and know what was going on. If something terrible. The big question was always, what happens if I'm hypnotized and the building catches on fire? Would I stay there? No, of course not. You'd wake up because, see, let me ask you this. Have you ever driven in your car down the highway and all of a sudden you're daydreaming about something and all of a sudden you look up and you've gone 10 or 15 miles and you don't remember? Oh, yeah. You see? Now, it doesn't mean that you were out of control, that you were going to crash your car. Because that part of your mind in control was still driving it and watching and what have you, but you don't remember it because your subconscious mind sort of went up on top and took over. That's what hypnosis is about. You're never in danger of any doing any behavior that you wouldn't normally do. And if a hypnotist ever suggested anything to you completely contrary to your nature, you would never do it. But if you'd like to have some fun, a good time, and see what the capabilities of your mind are, we can do that now. You want to try? Yeah. Okay. Do I have any? Now, you said one time, you said you were in a show one time and you were a good subject.
It was a high school sober grad night.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Now, I perform for corporations, and I've been doing that for a long, long time. And so that's where most of my shows are. So I really am called upon to perform hypnosis anymore. But when I first started out my career back in the East Coast, I was one of the first entertainers who did those after graduation parties. That was a relatively new thing. Hey, let's have a party, let's keep the kids there all night long, and then they're not going to do anything silly. And having a hypnotism show was one of the first types of entertainment. Again, what was your name?
Alicia.
Alicia, come on up here for a second. Give Alicia a big round of applause. Now, Alicia, if you just stand there. Now, we'll try a simple test with Alicia, and then we'll try it with the whole audience, okay? If you've been hypnotized before, this will probably work with you, okay? As long as you listen to my words and do exactly what I say. And it's a very simple old test. Most hypnotists have done it for hundreds of years. Take your hands, hold them in front of you like this, clasp your hands together tightly, tightly. That's it, squeeze them together tightly. And look at me. I know it's tough, but do it, okay? Look at me. Alicia, just squeeze your hands tightly together, tighter and tighter. And as you squeeze them, just think how tightly they are, stuck together, squeezing tight. Your knuckles almost turning white, almost turning white. They squeeze together so tight, they just want to keep on squeezing. They don't want to stop because they're squeezing tighter and tighter together. It's almost like you don't have control over them anymore. They just want to squeeze. They don't want to come apart. And if you want them to come apart, they don't want to come apart. They get locked, stuck tight, stuck so tight they won't come apart, stuck tight. You can't pull them apart. If you try, they won't come apart. You try harder to pull them apart, they're stuck tight. Try as hard as you can to pull them apart. They won't come apart. They're stuck. They're locked tight. You see, they're locked. I could walk away from here and come back in about 2 hours, and she's still going to be standing there like this with her. And you're not hypnotized, are you?
No.
No, but look at her. Knuckles are white. You're trying to open like this, but they won't come apart. It's okay. Look at me. It's going to be okay. On the count of 3, they're going to come right apart. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now. Give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. I can go back here. You know what? Instead of going back here, see, why don't you have one of these seats up here? Okay. Now, who else would like to try this? Should I have a seat? Who else? This, you may never have this chance again. Go ahead, have a seat. Who else? Look, we got.
We want
seats.
Frank.
Go ahead.
We want Frank.
Do you want to try, Frank? Go ahead. Yeah. Do you remember what I told you earlier about not making anybody act like a chicken or a duck? All bets are off for Frank. No. All right. I've got one more.
Come on, Nikki.
Oh, go ahead, Nikki. Okay, go ahead. All right. We're gonna. Well, you saw what happened. And by the way, if you'd like to try this in the audience, you know, maybe if you were kind of half thinking about doing this and you really didn't want to get up, or maybe you would have had there been more room, you might have. You can try it from where you're sitting. Okay. I'm gonna try the same test, but with all of you at the same time. Okay. You don't mind doing it again, do you? No? Okay. Everybody hold. You're going to have to put your feet on the ground, just like that. Hold your hands out in front of you. Clasp your hands together. If you'd like to try it out there, go right ahead. Now, don't pay attention to anyone else sitting around you, because you have to concentrate. So if you see somebody next to you looking at you going, ha, 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 don't let that bother you. Just concentrate. Okay, ready? Now, I can't look at each and every one of you in the eyes like I did before with Alicia, right? Yeah, so instead, I should, is that okay now? Slip it off and put it in your pocket or something. Can you get it off? Okay. It's her ring. She has a sharp ring, and sometimes, I just...
use my pocket?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Clasp them together. And squeeze them together tightly. Now look at your own hands, since I can't look at each and every one of you in the eye. So just stare at your own hands. And let's add a little visualization. You know how crazy glue welds or bonds your skin together? The liquidy kind. Imagine if I went around and poured crazy glue on each of your hands. Feel it dripping between your fingers, drying and bonding your skin together, squeezing your hands tighter together as it dries, tighter and tighter together. It only takes seconds for crazy glue to bond your skin until it's a permanent bond. There's thousands of feet of pressure per inch, and it still would hold. It's already been seconds. Your hands are stuck together. You can't pull them apart. Try. They're stuck together. They're locked together. The harder you try to pull them apart, the more stuck they become. Locked tight. Locked so tight. I know it's incredible. Look at everybody out here, everybody out there. Your hands are stuck so tight. They won't come apart. You're trying as hard as you can. They won't come apart. They won't come apart. They're locked tight. Look at this. I'm not doing anything. I could walk away. I could go have dinner. Come back later. They're going to be just like this. Isn't it crazy? Do you believe this? Look at this. None of you are sleeping, are you?
No.
Isn't this crazy? And look at all these people. Can you see all these people up there? Look at them all. They're straining, trying so hard to get their hands apart. Look at me, everybody. On the count of three, they'll all come apart. Here we go. On the count of three, they'll all come apart. Are you trying as hard as you can? Yeah. Are you trying as hard as you can? Look at me. Open your mouth wide, real wide. It's stuck. You can't shut it. It's stuck. You can't shut your mouth. Frank, your mouth is stuck. Your mouth is stuck. On the count of three, everybody will be okay. 1, 2, 3, now! Give them a round of applause. Isn't that crazy? Nuts. You know what? I have to ask you, are your hands like so sore from that? Yes. I can fix it. I've been doing this for years. I'm an expert. I can fix it. Everybody just sit there. It's okay. It's okay. Just sit there, right? Hold your hands out in front of you like this. Do just what I say. It'll make them feel better. Okay? Trust me. Now just go like this. That feel better? It gets the blood going. A little faster. Good. A little faster like this. Faster. Go a little faster. 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 Fast like this. Fast like this. Go faster. Go faster. Go faster. They won't stop. You can't stop them. They just keep going. Look at this. They won't stop. It's okay. It's okay. You keep going faster and faster. Faster and faster. You can't stop them, can you, Frank?
No.
This leg wants to start bouncing. This leg is bouncing. It won't stop. Your leg is bouncing. It won't stop. It won't stop. It's okay now. Give them a round of applause. It's Frank. Look at me. It's okay. There. You go back to your seat. That's okay. You go back to your seat over there. You too. Come on down. Come on around here. Come on down here for a second. I'll make more room. It's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? Well, isn't that the nuttiest thing you ever felt like? Isn't it crazy? Just go have a seat over there. Yeah. You don't want to come on down? Yeah, you too. Come on down. Come on down. I saw a couple people up there. They seem to be enjoying this. Are you all having a good time? Are you really? Are you having a good time? Okay, look at me. Look at me. You're starting to get tired. Eyes are closing. Just let them go. Don't fight it. Count of 3. Your eyes closed. 1. Eyes closing. 2, 3. Dropping asleep. Dropping asleep. Arms like lead. Legs like lead. Just down deep asleep. Deep, deep asleep. Don't move. I'm going to count to 3. Get so sleepy. 1, 2, 3. Arms like lead. Deep, deep, deep asleep. That quick. That quick. Look at me. 1, 2, sleep. Down deeper, deeper asleep. Never met these people. I haven't worked with these people ahead of time. Sleep, 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 sleep. I know, it just takes a second or two. It's okay, just relax. Look at me, look at me. Give me your hands. Give me your hands, look at me. Relax, relax. Let your hands go down. Look at me right now. Look at me. 1. Don't fight it. 2, 3. Deep, 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 deep asleep. Down, hearing only my voice. Hearing only my voice. Hearing only my voice. Frank, look. 1. Already tired. 2, 3. Arms like lead. Legs like lead. Hearing only my voice. Falling down deeper, deeper, deeper asleep. Yes. Look at me. Relax. 1. Eyes heavy. Don't fight it. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you can all hear me, shake your head yes. You can hear me, shake your head yes. It feels so good. Totally relaxed. If I touch your forehead, you're twice as asleep. Oh, it feels 1, 2, 3, just so down deep, deep asleep. It feels so good. So good as you fall down deeper and deeper asleep. You will never lose your balance tonight. If you're standing, you never fall down, lose your balance. But it feels so good as you sit there totally, deeply, deeply asleep. In a few minutes, I'm going to come around and wake each one of you up. And when you open your eyes, you'll be wide awake. You won't even remember you've been asleep like this. If you understand that, shake your head yes. Here's the thing, though. If I point at you and tell you to go back asleep, you will instantly close your eyes and drop back down deep asleep, just like you are now. If you understand that, shake your head yes. And you won't fall down. If you're standing, your head will just fall forward on your chest. Or if you're sitting, you'll be like you are now. But you will not lose your balance or fall down in any shape, manner, or form. Now I'm going to come around one at a time, wake you up. You will not remember that you have been asleep. But if I point to you and say the word sleep, you'll instantly go back to sleep. Over here, you're waking up, waking up. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 1, 2, 3, waking up, feeling good. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 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 And 1, 2, 3, waking up. How you all doing? Good?
Good.
Having a good time up here? Are you glad you came today?
Yes.
Did you really enjoy today's show?
Yes.
Did you? Sleep. It's okay. Just relax. Down deep, deep asleep. Isn't that crazy? Just sleep. Deep asleep, yes. Look at me. Sleep. Crazy? Sleep. Sleep. Feel kind of left out here? Yeah, I know. Look at me sleep. Sleep. Boy, as we sit here, you can hear my words, nothing but my words. Boy, it's hot in here. Don't you think it's hot? You think it's hot? Shake your head, yes. These lights are so hot. My goodness. I wish somebody would turn on the air conditioner. Oh, yeah, look at this. I found the air conditioner control. Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up high. Yeah, the temperature is going down now. Oh, that's much better. It feels like about a cool 68 degrees. Feels so good. It makes you smile. It makes you smile because it feels so good. Oh, my goodness, it's going down a little bit lower. Now it's 65 degrees. Now it's 64 degrees, 63 degrees. Now it's not so comfortable anymore. It's down to 60 degrees. It's pretty cold. Oh, now it's 58 degrees. This is not funny anymore. It's getting colder. 56 degrees. Starting to get chilly. It's colder, colder. 54 degrees, 52 degrees. Starting to shake. Starting to shake. You want to cuddle up with the person next to you. Try to keep warm. 50 degrees. Whoa, colder and colder. Colder and colder. So cold. 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Need to rub your hands together. Oh, yeah, 45 degrees. Yes, so cold. So cold. 40 degrees. This is getting crazy now. This is getting really crazy. 35 degrees, almost freezing. Oh, wait, I got the switch. We'll put it back up. It's going back up. It's all normal now. It's all normal now. Going back up. Everything feels good. Everything feels good. A nice, comfortable 68 degrees. Perfect. And we all feel real good. You can hear only my words and nothing else. You see what happens here, folks, is that you can control like senses in the body, like temperature sensory. But you can control other things too. You ever have a memory lapse, folks? You ever forget somebody's name who you see every day? You do? Folks here on stage, I'm talking to you now. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to go around and wake you up like before. If you understand that, shake your head yes. Here's the thing. After I wake you up, everything will be fine. You won't remember you've been asleep. You won't remember being cold. You remember nothing. You just remember coming up and sitting in these chairs. But if I ask you your name, you will not be able to remember your own name. If you understand that, shake your head yes. It'd be the craziest thing. But here's the thing. If you see anyone else who forgets their name, you will laugh like crazy at them for being so stupid. If you understand that, shake your head yes, even though you can't remember your own name. Okay, here we go. On the count of 3, everyone's going to wake up. You're going to feel fine. Wide awake. You won't remember you have been even asleep, but you'll do just what I have said. 1, 2, 3, opening your eyes. How are you all doing? Good? Having a good time? What's that? Having a good time here? Mm-hmm. Are you? How about you? Are you having a good time? Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was? What is your name?
Let me go get my wallet.
No. You think? You've forgotten? No, of course, you're cool. Nobody can forget their name.
Yeah, I can't.
She forgot her name. Come here. She forgot her name. You believe that? I have a question. You okay? Let me ask you a question. Just one question, okay? What's your name? You don't remember?
I don't know.
She don't know her name. It's okay. They forgot their name, Frank. I just told you your name. Yeah. What's your name?
It's Frank.
Okay, because I just said it, but now watch. It's gone. What's your name? Yeah, okay, you think about it. What's your name? Sorry? Wait, this is so... Do you remember your name? Do you? You think? Can you say it? No? Don't worry about it. I'll fix it in a second. What's your name? Oh, no, not you too. Okay, I thought so. You go back to your seat. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You know, what is it? Yeah, okay, just checking. When I snap my finger, your name comes back to you. Ready? What's your name?
Frank.
Good.
Sally.
Good, Sally. Don't go away. You still don't know it? What's your name?
Alicia.
Good. What's your name?
Dusty.
Dusty. Good. And you? What's your name?
Vicky.
Okay, good. Hey, come over here. You still don't remember your name, do you? No, I didn't think so. Come here. Come stand here. You okay now?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm
Everything's fine. Okay. You don't remember your name?
make
No?
it so swift.
It's like it's right there.
It's like it's right there, but you can't quite remember? Okay.
It's embarrassing.
Well, I can imagine it would be a little embarrassing. You know what? Sleep. In a moment, I'm going to wake you up, and your name is going to be Oswald Dinghofer. Understand that? Say it to me, Oswald Dinghofer.
Oswald Dinghofer.
That's right. And you come from a long line of Dinghofers. You are especially proud of your name. You are Oswald Dinghofer the Fifth. And you are proud of that. If anybody laughs at you, you will be mad at them for making fun of your name. If you understand that, shake your head yes. Okay, on the count of three, we're going to open your eyes. You're going to be wide awake. Everything will be back to normal, except your name is now Oswald Dinghofer. 1, 2, 3. How we doing?
Okay.
The craziest thing happened to you. A few minutes ago, you were unable to remember your name. Do you believe that?
I guess.
Well, you remember it now, don't you?
Oswald Dinghofer.
What are you laughing at?
Sorry. The audience is out here. Again, what was your name?
Oswald Dinghofer the Fifth. Did I pronounce that right? Oswald Dinghofer the Fifth.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
See the guy there?
He's even laughing at it.
Tell me your name again. Tell that guy right there.
Oswald Dinghofer the Fifth.
Tell him loud.
Oswald Dinghofer the Fifth. What's his name?
Well, what's your name? What's your name?
Oh, okay.
And what's your name?
Oswald Dinghofer the Fifth. They're laughing at me.
I know. Look at me. It's all going. It's all going. What's your name?
Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce. Give Bruce a big round of applause. Come back to your seat, Bruce. You know, are you having a good time? Are you all having a good time? Yeah. This is you know, I mean, we want to have a good time. They're having a good time. But, you know, also it's kind of interesting to observe the kind of mental processes that happen when people are using their own sense of suggestion to this degree. Let me give you an example. Sleep. On the count of three, when you open your eyes, everything is back to normal. Except the number 7 is gone. It never existed. If you count, you go from 6 right to 8. Do you understand that? If you try to do any calculations, you can perfectly, unless it involves the number 7. If you understand that, shake your head yes. Do you understand that? Yeah, I'm going to count to 3. You're going to open your eyes and you're going to be wide awake. Everything is fine except number 7 is gone. 1, 2, 3, opening your eyes. How are you doing? Good?
Yeah.
Could you come up here for a second? Just for a second. You don't mind, do you? Help me right there.
Sure.
And your name again?
Alicia.
Alicia. I've asked you that 2 or 3 times. Alicia, you look like a very bright individual to me. Well, would you say when you were in school, did you get pretty good marks? Pretty good grades? What were some of your better subjects?
Math and I didn't really do that well in science, but math and English.
Math was a good one for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long has it been since you had any math courses?
My freshman year of college, I took
so-
calculus. But
Whoa, to calculus. So even though it may have been a little bit of wow, can I give you a simple test just to see how much of the math you've retained?
sure.
Okay. I guess what I'm going to have you do, and I sound ridiculously simple, but just to get started, could you count from 1 to 10 for me? Now,
Sure.
I know it's kind of silly, but about 1, 2, 3, nothing too fast, too slow. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10.
Okay, good. That's excellent. Can you go do it backwards from 10 down to 1?
10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Excellent. Okay, that's good. But now the question is going to get a little harder, okay? So I'm going to throw some questions at you, and you just give me the answer, okay? Like, for instance, how much is 1 and 2?
3,
Okay. How much is 4 and 1?
5.
Good. How much is 5 and 2? Oh,
You can't do 5 minutes.
oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. I'm sure you're right because I never had calculus. So yeah, I'm sure. You know what? Let's move over to subtraction. Subtraction is okay. Like for instance, how about we do 15 minus 12?
3.
No problem. What if we do 8 minus 6?
2.
Good. What if we do 10 minus 3?
10, 9, 8.
Okay.
I can't do that one.
You can, okay. Now you just have given a clue here as to just why you are having trouble because you were counting on your fingers. I saw you do it. You have to ask yourself, for somebody who was in college and studied calculus, if they're counting on, but still. And see, that's what's always gotten you in trouble. It's because you have 11 fingers. That's always messed you up. Pardon me?
No, I don't.
How many fingers do you have?
10.
Do you?
Yeah.
Count them out loud, nice and slow. Go ahead. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
No.
Wait.
Wait. Do it again. Start again. No. 6 to 8. Start counting again. Slow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. I don't have 11 fingers.
But you counted then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9.
Hold them out again. See, I'm tricking you. If we do subtraction, that's where it works out. Let's count backwards. Ready? As I point, you count backwards, starting with 10.
10, 9, 8, 6, 5.
And 5 more. Make 10, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's all right. Look at me. It's all better. Count from 1 to 10 now. It's all better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. Give her a round of applause. You can sit down. Thank you. Isn't that interesting? And you know, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. What's so interesting about this is that you saw what happened for a second. She remembered 7, but it like zipped a little bit in her brain. She wasn't, because she was almost like fighting. No, I must have 10 fingers. And maybe because she's so intelligent, her mind shot ahead to see what the outcome was. But then I reinforced it, and then sure enough, she had 11 fingers. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Yeah. You'll sleep when I say I'm thinking. Let's try a few little tests here with the group. You want to move over to there, if you don't mind? Okay. How we all doing here? Look at me. Sleep. Look at me. Sleep. 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 Look at me down there. Look at me over here. I'm thinking. Sleep. Guess what? Do you want to have a good time? If so, shake your head yes. You want to have a good time? We're going to the moon. You're astronauts. It's the first moon launch to take place in how many years? Are you excited about it? Going to the moon? Okay, everybody sit up straight. Strap yourselves in. We're ready for countdown, takeoff. Strap yourself in. Strap yourself in, that's it. Okay. Make sure you're all strapped in good and tight because the takeoff is about to happen. We're going to have the countdown. Hold on tightly to your controls in front of you. There's a lot of G-forces when you take off. 10, get ready, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Pinning you back to your seat. The G-force is pinning you back as you shoot up through space, faster and faster, thousands of miles an hour, shaking, shaking, going faster and faster, and finally you break through into the atmosphere, and now all of a sudden it's smooth. Yes, shooting through the atmosphere, and you can open your eyes and look around. Look out at the big screen. Look at the sky's no longer blue. Now it's all black, beautiful black with all these stars. And there, right in front of you, is the moon. There, right in front of you is the moon. Yes, and you're heading toward it because you're going to be first people to walk on the moon in so long. It's so exciting. You can't hardly help but smile. You're going to be one of the first people to walk out into the surface of the moon in so many years. So many years. It's so great. Oh, look at this. Your seatbelt has come undone. You're starting to float up out of the air. You're floating up because your seatbelt has come undone. And you're floating around. Yes, grab a hold of something and pull yourself back down. Grab a hold of something. Pull yourself back down. Secure your seatbelt. That's it. Secure your seatbelt. Oh, yes, look at this. As we fly through the atmosphere, the temperature is going up from all the heat, heating the heat shields. It's getting hotter and hotter inside now. Oh, man, it's making you sweat. It's so hot. Really hot. Yeah, real hot. It's so hot. Boy, Frank, you want to undo a button. It's so hot. Oh, it's hot. It's so hot you can just about breathe. Yeah, I know, it's terrible hot. Okay, but wait a minute, we've got the air conditioning controls on. Okay, we're okay now. The temperature's just good. Okay, you got to aim for the moon. Aim for the moon. Okay, get ready, because in a second or two we're going to land on the moon. The spaceship's going to turn around. Okay, we're backing down now. It's going to land. It's going to land on the count of 5. It's going to be quite a thump when we hit. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. We're on the surface of the moon. You can let go of the controls now. This is so exciting. Everyone needs to put on their moon helmets. Put on your moon helmet because you are going to go walking on the surface of the moon. Remember, however, when you step out into the surface of the moon, gravity is only 1/6 that of Earth. It has the effect of making you walk in slow motion. Who wants to be the first to go out into the moons? You do. Okay. Are you ready? Are you all strapped up? We're going to throw the controls. The door is going to open. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Ready? Come out to the surface. Walk to the edge of the spacecraft. Jumped onto the surface of the moon. Yes, look it. That must have been 12, 15 feet. Who else wants to go? Yes. Yes, look around. Somebody else wants to go on the surface. Do you want to? Yeah, come on the surface of the moon. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's so good.
Feels good.
Come with me. Over here. Just stand over here. Look at me.
Toss it.
Sleep. When I count to 3 and you open your eyes, you are a moon man. You can only speak moon talk. If you understand that, shake your head yes. And you want to know what these people are setting surface on your moon. When I count to 3, you open your eyes, you're a moon man. How's everything going here? Yes. Come on out in the surface. That's right. Come on out. Don't be bashful. Oh, are you getting a moon rock?
Yeah.
Yes, it's so good. 1, 2, 3. Oh, a moon man. It's a moon man. Whoa. He's talking moon talk. Oh no, he's talking moon talk. Frank is the official moon talk translator. Come up here, Frank, listen, what's he saying?
Where am I?
He said, where am I? He's the one from the moon. Are you sure he's saying that? But tell him you want to be friends. Well, use the translator.
Frank, come and translate.
Go and translate.
Hi, I'm Alicia.
Tell him in moon talk.
Help me.
Hi. Lisa.
I'm Alicia.
What did he say?
Help.
What did he say to him?
Hello.
He said hello.
Hi. Good, you understand. What is it? Ask him what his name is.
What is your name?
That's not moon talk, Frank. You gotta ask him in moon talk.
Zabazoo?
I think he's still forgotten his name from before.
Zabazoo?
That's it. Habazoo. Habazoo. Okay. Habazoo. Okay, well, it's time to go back to our spaceship now, gang.
Okay.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Everybody back in your spaceship. Okay. Mr. Moonman, you can get in our spaceship too for a little while. Everybody back. Everybody back. Okay. Everyone look at me. Everyone, relax. Look at me. Everyone, sleep. Relax. Look at me. Sleep. On the count of three, I'm going to count to three, and you're all going to wake up, and you're going to feel fine. This whole little business of you coming up here and helping out and being part of this show will all kind of fade away as if in a dream. But when you wake up, you will feel wonderful. You will feel like as though you've been resting for 4 or 5 hours. Not only that, but when you wake up, your mind will be crisp and alert. As a matter of fact, you'll be able to comprehend things and learn even quicker than before. Your whole mind will be kind of improved, you know, and you really feel wonderful for having taken part in this little demonstration. And I count to three, and you're going to wake up, and you won't remember you've been up here. You won't remember you've been up here maybe more than a couple minutes. Somebody asks you, you'd say you just got up here. If somebody tells you what happened, you won't remember it. It'll be like they're making it up. You all understand that. Shake your head yes. You'll be wide awake, and everything will be fine. Except for two people. This person here, won't touch you, and this person here. When you wake up and I tell you to go back to sleep, to your seat, your feet will be stuck to the floor. Actually, your right foot will be stuck to the floor. And you won't be able to move it. It won't make you trip, but you will not be able to move your right foot until I come and snap my finger next to it. And then your right foot will move, but then your left foot will get stuck to the floor. And I want to snap my finger next to that when your left foot will come loose, but then your right foot will get stuck to the floor. If you understand, to shake your head yes. But at no time would that make you lose your balance. Okay, now we're going to begin to wake up. 5, waking up, feeling so good. 3, it's almost as though it's a beautiful summer morning. Sun is coming in through the window. 2, feeling totally wide awake now, refreshed. Just got a good night's sleep. 1, waking up, feeling great. And finally, 0, wide open, feeling wonderful. How you all doing? Good. Give them a big round of applause. They've been great, haven't they? Yeah. You had a good time? You feel good? Feel good? Yeah. How long you been up here? Couple of minutes. How about you? How long have you been up here?
Just got up here.
You just got up here? Did anything happen since you got up here?
No, I sat down and then they showed up.
Oh, and that's pretty much it? Yeah, well, sometimes these things work and sometimes they don't, you know. But anyways, thank you very much. Give them all a big round of applause. You can go back to your seat now. You know, go back to your seat. You can go back to your seat, Frank. Thank you. Yep. Go back to your seat. Yeah, you can go back to your seat. That's okay. And, you know, I want to thank you all. And you've been a great audience. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I think I stepped in something.
You think you stepped in something?
I think that there might be.
What did you step in? Some crazy glue or something? You too? Wait, I think I remember this happening once before. Wait, I think I can fix it. Wait, just relax. There. Is it okay now? Yeah, okay, good.
fine.
Now you can go. What? I thought I just fixed it for you.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I tried to fix your foot. What? Now, this one? You know, wait, hold on. Let me come around this side here. Here, wait. There. Is that better? What, am I going to follow you around the rest of your life doing this? Look at me. It's okay. Everything's back to normal. Your feet are okay. Give her a round of applause. Thank you. What's the deal with you? You can't get back to your seat. What, your foot's stuck?
Yeah.
You know what? So sit down and relax. Because now you're stuck to the chair. You can't even stand up anymore. Try it. Okay, wait, now sit down. But now you're stuck to that chair. Try to get up from it. Can you get? No? Isn't that crazy? And you know, if I take you around here like this, and you're wide awake, aren't you?
Yeah.
If I tell you it's stuck to the chair, right like that, can you pull it loose? No? No? How about if I took this one and stuck it over here like that, and that one come loose now? Try it. You have been a great audience. I'll probably be back here in another 2 years or so, and I look forward to seeing you all then. Thank you so much. Look at me. It's okay. Now everything's back together. Now, right, you're okay. You can get up. You can go back to your seat. Give her a big round of applause. Thank you all very much. Hope you had a good time. See you later. Thank you. Thank you all very much. See you later. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to set them down. I'm going to turn my back, reach over and grab a bunch off. About half this time, if you can do it, okay? And you take the rest. Okay. All right? Mix them up. And count them, too. Have you done that?
Yep.
Okay. You got yours counted?
I was mixing a long time.
Okay. One of you, I'll tell you, this will be interesting. You know how many cards you got? Do you know how many you got? Okay, keep them under the table. Now let me see, because you might think I can estimate. One of you give the other the rest of the cards. Don't fight.
Under the table?
I think I'll slide back a little bit. It's good. Did you do it?
Give it to me. Okay.
Okay. Done?
Got it.
Okay. Now mix them up, face down. Make sure they're all going every which way.
Do what I did, shuffle them.
Yeah. Okay, are they?
They're
And,
mixed up.
and then shuffle them a little bit more. Okay, and when you're done, give them to me. Okay, here we go. Remember the card at your number. You'll be first. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got it? Okay, you got a card you're thinking of, aren't you?
I do. I do.
Think of it. Think of it. 4 spades is it
Yes,
this time?
yes.
Okay. And you. Okay. Thank you. Think of your card right now. Think of it for me. Are you having trouble?
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Wait. You're thinking of Casino Day something, and you can't remember what the rest is.
It's not a matter of remembering. I'm farsighted. I
Okay.
couldn't read it.
You couldn't read it, so that's why you couldn't even. But it was Casino Day something.
Yes.
Okay, here I'll just do this. I'll just look at him. Give me your hand. It's that one. That's the one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Good. Don't worry about it. That's good. That works. Yesterday we were traveling around and we. We're doing some things in a restaurant.
Oh, you were everywhere.
Yeah, we were. And let me take my pen. We'll try this. This will be kind of a fun thing with somebody if it works. You know what? This is even too big. I don't even need the whole thing. Let me just take it and just
Right big.
like fold it in half like this so that there's no way anybody can peek. What's your name?
Zandy.
What is it?
Zandy.
Zandy.
With a Z.
Wow, what a cute name. I love it. Not cute. That's not a good word. It's just good.
It's a cute
It
name.
is a cute name. Yeah, okay. Zandy, take that piece of paper. Hand her this piece of paper. Don't look over her shoulder. On that piece of paper, write down the name of someone who's close to you. This is similar. How can we do this? We've done a whole bunch of pets today already. Pets, names, what can we use? What do you want to pick? Name a category. You got any names that are close to you that are important, or pets' names, or you got a pet's name? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Don't look at her. Okay. No.
Okay. Now what?
Okay, fold it up a couple times each way. Nice and small. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. And let me just do this.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Are you okay? I scared her.
That scared me because I have nothing on it.
You okay? That's kind of weird.
Where is it?
Where it's gone. That's splash paper. It's that when you light it and it's gone like that. You know what? Magicians use that. You see magicians do. But you know where it originally came from? It originally came from bookies. Did it? Yeah, if you watch, there was some show on TV they showed it, but all the bookies used to keep all their records, all their financial things on it, and if the cops raided them, touch it to a match, whoosh, it's gone, everything. Yeah, it's like that. But anyways, I thought it would be kind of fun to really. Are you okay?
For my headache.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? Are you? You're not burned or just mentally anguished a little bit, but let me tell you. How old are you?
Almost 28.
It won't be the first time you've been mentally anguished, But the bottom line is there is no way that anybody saw that name, unless some of you looked over No? Okay, you didn't see it. Okay, let's try a little test here. And let me just, where's my pad? Did I? No, I'm at the pad that I ripped the paper from. Did I stick? Oh, there it is, thanks. Okay, just, and this had nothing to do with it. You didn't write support, so I don't want you to think it's carbon paper or anything silly nonsense like that. Well, you didn't write on the pad. You didn't write on the pad. I handed you a piece of paper, yeah. Okay. Zandy, did you say? Yeah. Okay. Stand up where you are.
Okay.
And take a pen. And I'm right-handed. I'm going to do this. But I need you to give me your left hand.
My left hand?
Yeah. I need you to look at me in the eyes. I know it's tough, but do it. Do you still have this pet?
Pardon me?
It's
I
a
do.
pet.
I do.
Is it a dog? Cat? Look at me. Don't look down. Think of your cat. Don't look anywhere but at me. So yeah, I keep the paper in one piece. If I start going off onto the table, tell me. Think. Actually, believe it or not, I'm not really consciously controlling what I'm doing here with my hand. What? Look, keep looking at me. Keep looking at me. What is the name of your cat? Wait, is there an S at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No?
No, it originally was though, but I dropped the S.
What? That's okay. What is the name of your cat? Tell me.
Cosmo.
Do you see? Now, do you see what happened there? I actually wrote it without the S.
Right.
And then I asked you, and you said yes, and I started going back. But see, I didn't feel good about the S in the first place. And here she says, it was named Cosmos, and then she.
Only when she's drunk.
Yeah.
Wow, number of cocktails.
Yeah. Let me do this. When I do when I do shows, like before, a lot of times when people are sitting in the audience and they're not up close, they feel, well, maybe, I missed something because, I'm not right there. And I got my junk in my pockets from even before. I want to try something up close with you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a few lines on this piece of paper like this. 3 lines. You know how I had you all write information down on the cards?
Yes.
Okay? Now, and this is, I don't know if you can see through it or not, but I'm not going to try to see through it. It's just paper. I'm going to hand this to like one person, like you if you want, and pick one of the squares and write a few thoughts down. Names, dates, places, and then close it up and pass it on to the next person. Now, I'm not going to look. I'll stand this way. Maybe you'll be the next person, okay? And then, let's see. You're going to be the last person because I frightened you to death before with the paper, and you'll be the next to the last person. Each one of you will have a different. And I'm going to stand way over here. I'm not looking at anything, okay? And it's okay. She's going to take half an hour to write her information down. Now, we're doing this. I meant to do this outside in the patio, as I said. And just close it up when you're done. Yeah. And just pass it over to her, okay? Any square you want, just open it up and pick one. And yeah, 2 or 3 items, names, dates, places, stuff like that. Yeah, anything that might be interesting. If you have a hobby, that would be okay. Well, that's okay. It's really not that important. I mean, whatever information you choose. And I'm standing back here. I'm trying not to look. I'm not watching. I would have done this outside, and in the outside situation, you probably would have been resting on the bench, but there's nothing under the tablecloth or anything. This was a last-minute deal. You can check. This shows how much, yeah, thank you. Except a lot of, fire hazard under there, but outside of that. Okay? And I'm not looking, I'm still standing over here looking out the window at the beautiful lake. And she's doing her thing over there. Okay, pass it on over to the next person. And we're gonna climax this up in a little while with, what's your name? Yeah. Sue. We're going to do a special test with Sue right after we get through with this. As a matter of fact, while we're standing around here, Sue, I'm going to hand you this piece of paper. I want you to draw a simple picture on this piece of paper with this pencil. No, not somewhere in the middle, but not to, not something like a circle or a triangle. Not that simple, but you don't have to make it elaborate. It doesn't have to be Michelangelo, or anything like that. Okay, so just pass this back and don't let anybody else see it. And when you're done, you can even take it over there and draw the picture. When you're done, fold the paper up a couple times. Fold it in half like twice. And I'm just over here.
She had 3 people to think about it.
Okay, tell me when you're done.
Yeah, she had time.
Done? Okay, now, Louis, you don't mind if I just open this up and take out this, I saw this, notice the label on the bottle. Falanga. Is that okay if I use that? You sure? Sure. Okay, now, okay, so the stuff is folded here. We'll fold it again and again, like this. I'm just going to take it and tear it all up, okay? So there's no way to see anything. I can tear it again, okay? Now what I want is for you to take the pieces, stuff them inside the bottle.
You have a lot of work to do.
Just, yeah. Now, well,
Really busy.
now again, I was going to use this outside before. I'm going to use it inside when we do. Can I use the pen? Okay. I'll let her stuff those inside. How are you doing with the picture? Already? You've got it? Okay. I'm going to get back to you. You're going to be the big dramatic finish at the end, okay? Now, tell me when you're all done there.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's being methodical, it's one after another.
What's that?
It's methodical, just one after another.
Okay. 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 Fair? Okay. Now we all just give me just think. But I have to ask you. I have to ask you all a question. Is there one of you here who's really into dancing? All of you. See? I'll tell you, I'm thinking of someone who's got a date in I think it's October. That means something to them. Is it your birthday?
It is.
Were you born at nighttime or in the morning? Or like right after midnight or early in the morning like that? Yeah, I thought so. And did you have to stay in that, everything, was it a normal birth or were there something that kept you in the hospital an extra day or so?
I have no idea, but I think it was normal.
Okay. So I was right about you were born early in the morning. You were born October. The year was 1978, wasn't it? And, of course, I could have deduced that because before you mentioned your age. Your exact birthday, it's in the teens somewhere? No, it's not in the teens. It's the 11th? It's October 11th. That's it? Okay, thank you very much. I did a show 2 years ago for ex-President Ford. It was a show for the Betty Ford Foundation. And they live in Palm Springs, California right now. Who's thinking of Palm Springs? That's you. And you. 2 people are thinking of Palm Springs, too. Interesting. Okay. And by the way, like I said, somebody else, a lot of people are thinking about dancing, but who's thinking of the Bears, too? That was you, right? Yeah, you were thinking that thought to me. You wanted me to tell you that. You're not thinking of like a place in Hawaii or someplace like you are. Have you been to Hawaii recently?
Well, I lived there, and I have visited after that many times.
Okay, it's not the main island, is it? Okay, because I was in Honolulu just a month and a half ago. Is that what you're thinking of, Honolulu? Okay, because I was also at the Big Island, yeah. But were you also thinking of another? By the way, were you thinking of Palm Springs too?
Yes.
Yeah. You wanted me to tell you one other place. I've got. You know what? I'm thinking right now of somebody who's got a birth date in May. Whose birth date is in May? That your birth date?
No, it's not mine.
But it's somebody close to you. Whose is it? Close to you? I mean.
I have 2 people that
Oh, are both born on the same day? In the same year?
No.
Oh. In different, I'm sorry, but it's in May? Different year, but the one you're thinking of, wasn't it 1973?
Yeah.
Yeah? And that's the one you're thinking of. And think of the exact date. It's May in 1973. The exact date is, isn't it the 27th? Is that what it is? May 27th. And you want to go someplace. You want to go or you've been there already, or you want to go back. There's someplace on your mind. Have you been there already, or you want to go back, or what's the deal?
Kind of both.
Kind of, you've been there and you want to go back. It's in Spain, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you, over here, weren't you thinking of Switzerland?
Yes.
That was the thought. Are you planning to go back there?
Oh, I'd like to, but I live there too.
Oh, you live there too. Okay, you've lived everywhere, haven't you? By the way, you wanted me to tell you where in Spain, don't you? You're thinking that. Think it right now. Is it Barcelona? Thank you very much. Now, okay, can you come over here this way? Step forward over here. Well, over the years, I've seen a lot of mentalists and people on TV do different things, and you know, I don't know. Sometimes some of the stuff seems a little prefabricated to me, or what have you. A lot of what I do by touch. Not yet. I want to show you something. I want you to watch real close. You have drawn a picture, okay? And I've not talked to you about this at all. We've not prearranged anything. And normally, if I did this, I would be on stage, but it's right up close where you can all see. Okay, what I want you to do is set that in my hand, right there. Okay? As you, I like to touch things. Did anybody see anything you've drawn on here?
I don't think so.
Is it a picture?
Yes.
It is a picture. And can you picture it in your mind right now? Try to see it. I'll be honest, touching it, I don't get a whole lot. I'll be honest about that. I really don't get a whole lot. I'll tell you what, you take it back.
Okay.
Just take a step or two over there. This is going to be so hard. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't think this is going to work for me today because I get some kind of squigglies. You didn't. I get squigglies like this. There are some squigglies in the bottom. I get almost like a flower on top, something like that. No.
But that shape is in there.
That shape is in there, okay? Because I'm just getting. There's no way for me to know any of this stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can get any. I'm just getting squigglies. I'm getting that shape up on top. I was getting almost something like this too. I'm just getting general, you know. No, I don't think I'm going to get any more accurate than that. I think I'm just getting plain tired. I've been doing this so much, and you know, I was hoping to get a little bit closer. Can I see what in fact you did? Open it up and set it down. Let's see what you did. Okay. Oh, it was a kid flying a kite.
That's really close.
Well,
Oh my gosh! See, look
Yeah.
at that, and it's just
Yeah.
his feet in there.
you know what? Where's the pad? Here. Maybe you know what the problem was. I might have asked for something a little too complicated. Here, why don't somebody else take that? Take this paper. Somebody else draw a simple picture. Nothing. Nothing. I'm not looking. Oop. I almost tripped out a little. Oh, a couple people are, huh? I just want one. Okay, I'm making it tough. And while they're doing that, let me just erase this off, okay? It's a dry erase board, okay? Okay? I just want to do yours since you just set it in my hand. Yeah. Okay. Because it's not that I don't trust you. But, you know, since I've met you today, and that wasn't that long ago, you've had a few thoughts that, you know, that...
Strange.
different.
Excuse me.
No, it's okay. That's okay. I just don't know. Like I said, I think I'm just getting plain tired here. I'm just getting tired. I'm got my hands behind my back trying to sense something, but I don't know. Take it back. Take it back. Did you change your mind at all or not?
Did I change my mind at all?
Yeah. You didn't. This whatever design, whatever you drew was the first thing that came to your mind. Was it? Have you ever drawn this before?
Yes.
So this is, okay, I don't know if this is going to be accurate or not, but I'm just going to kind of do this here. This probably is better if I do this here like this. I'm going to set this down right here. Would you take and open your drawing up and show everybody what it is? What is that?
It's a flower.
Just a flower? Notice the way, the interesting shape of the pebbles and everything?
Pretty.
This is what I picked up from you.
Now, when you were performing kind of informally, you did an effect that I guess belongs to Bryn Reynolds.
Yeah, a good friend of mine. Another friend, another soldier. Well, actually now he's like in the SWAT team up in New York State.
Wow.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he sent me one of their SWAT shirts. Sometimes I wear it and I get treated with so much respect. It's incredible. But
So casino cards.
yeah, he's a great guy. Do you remember offhand what his website is, or James Black? I guess because these are two great guys, and both of them have fabulous effects. Before we talked about the book test, the Dracula book test. Now we're going to talk about Bryn Reynolds. This is an effect of his called Double Down.
All right.
And it's just a great effect, especially here. It's perfect you're around the Reno area and Lake Tahoe. What it is, it's and you saw me do it upstairs. Now we'll explain the workings. It's 9 casino cards from different casinos. The kind you get after they're used. Like, look at this card. They cut off the corner.
Right.
Okay?
Right. So you can't.
So you can't smuggle it into a game, and use it in some way, some notorious way. So, anyways, this is the way the effect works. You apparently mix these symbols up. You have 2 people you're going to help, and you can do this kind of shuffle. You can even like run the same amount twice, like for instance 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw them on top, and 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and you're back where you were.
Right.
Okay. And what you want to do is you want to have the top card to be the Casino de Isthmus City.
All right.
All right, that's the top card. Because each one of these cards codes a number. And I'll explain how that works. This is always the top card, so this represents 0.
Okay.
Okay. The next one is Ellis Island. That represents 1. And Ellis Island is like the first place people landed when they came
All
to
right.
this
So
country.
that's the mnemonic.
Number 1.
Yeah. All right.
Circus Circus is 2. Circus 2. MGM Grand is 3. MGM.
Okay.
4th one is the Hard Rock Cafe or Hotel. Each one of Hard and Rock spelled with 4 letters. Luxor spells with 5, Bally's with 6, Aladdin with 7, Flamingo with 8, and Tropicana with 9.
Okay.
So, and you can, Bryn gave me permission. He said he'd be honored if I demonstrated this effect on our videos. And I'm sure he would say, yeah, if you can get the cards, go make it up. But if you don't want to go through the trouble, order the set with him with all the instructions. And, so either way, it's like sometimes what I do with our effects. I'll explain exactly how to make them.
Sure.
Go ahead and make them, But if you don't want to go through that trouble and you want to buy it, well, buy it from us. And buy it from Bryn Reynolds if that's what you want to do. So here's the effect. You apparently mix them up. And I've just found, see, you got to cut that card back to the top. With this particular set, and I won't say it's true of all sets, but that top card is the only card with the longer corner. That's the only one that hasn't been shaved, and so it's easy to just do that.
Okay.
No matter how they're mixed up. So now you got 2 people, 1 on each side. And you say to this person, okay, just reach over and take about half the cards into your hands. Don't let me see it. Just reach over and do
Okay.
that. Now you took 5 cards. Do you know how I know that?
Because Luxor is on the top.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
that's got 5 letters.
All right.
So it's as simple as that. That codes me, so I know you got 5 cards. A quick glance, I see it. Luxor, I know you got 5, and this person's got 5, obviously.
Right.
So I tell, okay, both of you to mix the cards. I'm not looking. And after you mix them up, I say, turn some face up and face down. Okay? And and remember the number of cards that you have.
All right.
That's a number. Remember that. Same thing with you. And then under the table, you take all the cards and mix them up some more together. Make sure the cards are all mixed up face up and face down. Okay?
All right. Yep.
Now, and so remember, your number is 5 and this person's number is 5.
Okay.
So I would take the cards. Now, I would first turn to you. I say, okay, I'm going to show you the cards one at a time. Whatever card falls at your number, remember that card, or else if it's not showing with the card side. If it's the other side, remember the casino.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay?
Right.
So you'll remember that. Now go. Now pretend you're the person on the other
Okay.
side. Okay, I'm saying the same thing to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm looking away the whole time. Was that fair?
That's fair.
Okay, I look at you and say, were you thinking of a casino?
Yes.
Circus, circus?
Circus, circus.
I go back to the first person. Were you thinking of a card?
I was.
5 of diamonds?
5 of diamonds.
Pretty cool, huh?
That is great.
Isn't that great thinking? It's simple as can be. Here's how it works. Each person has 5 cards.
In our example,
If
right.
I'd seen 4, you would have had 4, would have been 6.
6.
Okay, so it's simple as that. So I'm going to mix the cards up so you have different cards.
Okay.
But see, the principle at work, and I'm sorry I forget the name, I don't have the instructions with me, just the principle, the name of this principle, what makes it work. And I don't have that, I apologize, Bryn, but it doesn't matter. Matters not for the demonstration. Simply what it is I show you the cards, and I simply remember the back of the 5th card, or the 5th card I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last card I put on top.
Okay.
Okay? Now when I was counting these cards, and I remembered the back of the 5th card. 1, 2, 3, you're looking at the face. 4, I'm looking at the back, I see 3 of diamonds. 5.
Right.
That's not your card.
Right.
But your
The
card
back
is
of
this
that.
size.
That's correct.
Because see, because of the principle used, both people are going to think of the same card, one side and one the other side. That's a sneaky principle involved. So when you're looking at this card, and I'm not even going to look, I don't have it memorized yet because I had a set already and he sent me a brand new set, so I haven't had time to memorize this set. But anyways, as you're looking at your card, whatever this is, and I don't know what it is, I'm looking at the 3 of diamonds. That's going to be this person's card, see?
Right.
So I continue counting the cards, and the last one goes on top, like this, and then I turn them over like this, and go back to this person. And
Okay.
that resets them. So you count one at a time, the last card goes on top, and then you flip over.
Right.
That makes it so that this person is going to think of the same card on the other side that you thought.
When you go in the
So
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You must have thought of the Hard Rock Cafe, and the other side's got to be the 3 of diamonds. And
Right.
so he's thinking of 3 of diamonds, and it's as simple as that.
So the second card you cite is what the first person saw, and the
And vice
first
versa.
thing. Yeah. Okay.
And it's always going to be the back of a casino card and the face of that same card.
That's great.
So let's say you've got them thoroughly memorized after a while, and I certainly plan to because it's a great effect. I just haven't worked with them enough to do that. But once they're memorized, I can just do it in front of one person like this,
Right.
and I'll know this person's card, and let's say it's the Hard Rock again.
Okay.
I'll know automatically that the 3 of diamonds is going to be your card, even though you haven't seen it yet. Or I'm sorry, that this guy's going to have the Hard Rock Cafe, and I automatically know that your card already is the 3 of diamonds. So when I finish counting, I can actually do something like this, 1, and keep my head turned away, and I'll know that he's going to get the Hard Rock.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
So it's a great effect.
It really
it's
is.
interesting props. It's so blatantly obvious, when you know the secret. How can you miss? You just won't, But see, isn't this a perfect example of how simple magic psychology can be so befuddling to a layperson? I mean, there they are, obviously, all different cards. They're as different from each other as the face of the cards.
Sure.
So, you would think that it would become obvious that, somehow the backs could somehow code the front to you, but that's just not the way people think,
Right.
Because they're obviously different, they discount it and don't even
But
think
they
about
could
it.
stare at those all day and never figure out that this is 5, this one's 6, this one's 7 letters. Yeah, they
Yep.
would never.
And the fact is that reverse count, that I'm just resetting in the right order, okay. The reverse count, where you put the last card on the face before you turn them over, that also is important and integral to the working of the effect. Without knowing that, chances are you'd never come across that either.
Right.
And of course, the only thing I probably should add, although it wouldn't be ruinous, is that a word, ruinous to the effect?
Not ruinous.
Ruinous? Okay. It wouldn't be ruinous to the effect if the person discovered that both, you could play it off as, you're kidding. Like that actually is the same card that you both thought of. Although that wouldn't be terrible, I guess, it's probably better if that doesn't happen.
Right.
And it's better that after you name the 2 cards, put the cards away.
But even if they found that out, they could never unravel it.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about this. It's never happened to me yet. But if somebody did say, "Hey, wait a minute, the back of the Hard Rock Cafe is the 3 of diamonds," I would act surprised. You're kidding.
That's even more amazing.
Yeah, I don't believe that. In other words, you both thought of different sides of the same card.
Especially if they have different numbers. Now, it just turned out that we had
was
5
5
and
and
5,
5.
but it could be 6 and 4, or 7 and 3, or
Yeah.
however, and that would even be more amazing because
Yeah,
one
how
thought,
how could that be?
How
you
could
know?
that be?
And then I would even throw in a little throw off there and say, and I even shuffle the cards before I show them to them.
Yeah.
And that's completely untrue, but I guarantee you that would get right by, and they'd say, "Yeah, how could that be if you shuffle the cards?" That's the kind of stuff you learn to throw in after doing this forever, and you kind of instinctively know nobody's going to question you on that.
And that's double down.
Yeah, that's double down.
Let's talk a little bit about your billet switch, which since you first published it many years ago, has been appropriated, maybe not deliberately, but somehow it's gotten attributed to another creator and another performer. So maybe it's it's good that you performed it in that impromptu situation, and that gives us a chance to not only to set the historical record correct, but also for you to demonstrate it.
Well, the reason I started doing this again is here again, most places you can't smoke, and so therefore there's no ashtrays, nothing to burn things in. I'm going to show you in a little bit my idea for getting around burning pieces of paper with the center tier. But this idea that I came up with in the 80s, I believe, it was in my first center tier book, this slow motion surrounded center tier, published forever ago. Was the first time this idea actually saw print. It was a variation of a switch using a matchbox. Okay, but let me show you how it works, and we'll do it one time, and then we'll go back and explain it. So let's say I just said to you, write down a name or whatever. So I turn my back while you're doing it. And you probably noticed the piece of paper is a little bit smaller. I'll explain why in a second. It's like basically half of what I normally use. And fold it in half again the other way. There's no way I can see through it or anything like that.
No.
Okay, just hand it to me. Okay, I'll try to do this so the camera can see clearly what goes on here. Watch. It's gone. Okay? And it's kind of startling. Most people go, "Wow," like that.
Yeah.
And then you move on to maybe get a pad or whatever, and and tell you what your thought is, or maybe divulge it to you later.
Right.
Because see, I still got your paper. It's right here in my sneaky little hand, and the name is the name, Heather.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
there you go.
Right, okay.
Okay. Now let me show you the switch itself, and the reason using a flash paper is a neat thing. Now, for instance, imagine you were doing this type of thing before a show, doing walk around, and let's say even a lobby of theater. You could do this, and you can't really be accused of using fire because it's like gone in a split
Sure.
second, you see. The switch, the lighter switch, is this. Here's the lighter, and I use a white Bic lighter for the shape and the color, okay?
Right.
And it's laying right on top of a piece of flash paper. You retrieve the other paper in your hand like this, and this is the switch. And let me move it over the tabletop so we get a nice contrast. You have the slip here, and it comes over and looks like you're transferring the slip to one hand and a lighter to the other. Mm-hmm. If you really had a slip of paper here and a lighter here, and you wanted to burn it and you were right-handed, you'd probably do something like this.
right.
That would be natural. So therefore, to do this looks exactly the same. Watch. You see?
All right. And let's show those mechanics openly so that they can see
The billet is here. The lighter is right on top of it. If you don't want to use flash paper and you want to use a second piece of paper exactly the same size as the first, you can do that too. As a matter of fact, now we'll just do it with this. The move is simply this. As you approach your hand, all you do is you push the lighter off right on top of the paper that's already there, and just take the lighter and light it. It's as simple as that. All you're thinking about is pushing a lighter off onto this piece of paper. But again, watch the illusion.
even slow. Looks
Even
great.
slow, looking, burning it. We'll play on words there. Burning. But anyway, up to speed, if it's in a normal situation, okay, is there any way I can see that? Okay, watch. See?
Yeah.
It's just right by. And there you are, it's hidden in this hand. And of course, as soon as you light it, again in the flash paper, whoosh. While that's going on, see, I put the lighter away in my pocket. There you are, like this.
Gone. It's just gone.
Now, just so you'll know, yesterday when we did this at the dining room table, I was sitting at the table with a tablecloth, and there was so much commotion after that I casually reached back in my pocket. The girl was going, ah, like
Sure.
she'd never seen that up close before. And there was so much commotion going on that I just retrieved the paper under the table and opened it and looked down at the name, that casually. And the way I ended it, I mean, there it is, like I got it.
Sure.
The same thing. And after I looked at it, I refolded and put it back in my pocket. All that happened because of all the commotion. You can look at the footage of it, and you see that nobody suspected that. And then I elected to end the effect by taking another piece of paper and having the person who wrote the name, I put it down on the table, and somebody supported it, and I had the person who wrote the name hold my hand while I put my pen like this and concentrate on the name and look me in the eyes, and I did that
And they
and
wrote
wrote it out. Which comes from the revelation of the original center tier from Corinda's 13 Steps.
Okay.
Just so you know, that's where that ending comes from. You take the paper, you do the center tier, you burn the pieces, you get the name, you know what it is now. Okay, you go back and you put a piece of paper down, you
Right.
take some of the ashes and put it against your finger, you hold this one against the paper, they look in your eyes, and you start moving, but they can't see what you're
So
writing.
it's almost like automatic writing
Exactly.
kind of thing, yeah.
And it's like, what was the name? George. Look at, and ugly letters, which
Right,
can
but
hardly help because you're not looking at George, Very effective,
That's very
certainly a lot of effect for that. But anyway, so that's my lighter switch, which, as I said, has been published for, I guess, about 20 years now, and that's how it should look and what it's about.
Great. Also in that impromptu performance session, you did a kind of a multiple mind reading effect.
Yeah, it was supposed to be almost a way to do almost a mini Dunninger type effect or something, where, I mean, I've done over the years in different videos, I did my thought scan, I did
Final answer.
or what is it, very modern mind reader.
Yeah.
And then
The final answer,
final
Q&A
answer,
thing.
and this said the clearly mind reading effect. All different ways to basically accomplish the same thing, stand there and read people's minds, which is still, as far as I'm concerned, the strongest stuff you can do. I mean, all this other stuff, it's great. I mean, voodoo and all the
But
rest.
this
of
is
it.
just plucking thoughts out of people's heads.
It's totally impossible, and it's totally attractive to an audience, because what greater power than that, would there be, for the average person to be able to look at people and know what their thoughts are, look at the power that represents. So this is a way to do it with a small group.
Yep.
Again, I wanted to do it so, these little things that we did in the kitchen and restaurants are like bumpers to almost take the place of commercials
Right.
in our TV shows. But at the same time, I wanted each one of those little segments to be something special that the viewer can take and use in itself.
Sure.
Now, this is a cool idea because and I'm sure most mentalists, even who are well versed with some of the rudiments of what I'm about to show you, aren't aware of this. Al Mann was the one who really capitalized on this, and I think it was in Mentalettes, one of his first books. And here's the effect. You take a piece of paper like this, and you have to have a little time when you do this. This is more of an informal thing. And what you do is you put some lines in the centers of each of these sections here. And we'll call this one number 1, I ripped it, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And what you do is you hand this to 4 people, one at a time, and say, okay, over there, write a few thoughts, names, date, places, on the lines over there.
Sure.
3 or 4 thoughts, and then when you're done, close it in half and give it to somebody else, and you pick one of them, and you do the same thing. You have all 4 people doing this. And you could actually be doing this while you're working with somebody else, maybe doing a card routine or something like that. So finally, they're all done, you have them fold it all up, twice over, and you take it back, and here's what you do. And you're going to fold it twice more. And each time you're just simply going to fold it with the single folded edge on top.
Okay.
Okay, so you fold it like this, okay? And one more time like this. And then you say, okay, I'm going to rip the papers up. And you actually rip them up like this. And if you can burn them, fine. But if you can't burn them, that's why the wine bottle. This
All
was
right.
an idea of Al's. Just here, you take the pieces
Okay.
and stuff them in the wine bottle.
All right.
Okay? Yeah, I would sometimes,
Sometimes that happens.
You have to do it piecework. Okay?
Right.
In the meantime, I'm showing this pad here, which I'll explain more in a few minutes. Just, and I explained yesterday, I said, well, the reason I use this is we were gonna do this outside. And it was strong sunlight, and I thought this might help, reduce the glare. Now, I'm gonna jump to the exposure at this point, okay?
Okay.
Because I want to show you what's happening. I've done the center tear with that whole big chunk of paper. See, if you take a piece of paper and fold it in half twice and rip it and do the center tear, you get the center section.
Okay,
If you
right.
fold it in half 3 times, you'll get 2 sections.
Okay.
The two, like if you were to bisect the paper in half, you would get the 1, 2 like that. If it's folded 3, if it's folded 4 times, you will actually get the center sections of each one of the quadrants.
You
So
get four,
when I
four
took it
centers.
back, I folded it in half 4 more times. I treated it as though it were a single sheet of paper unfolded. So I folded it in half twice more and actually did the center tear. And I got this, and let me show you what this is. You see that?
All 4 centers.
Those are all 4 centers of the paper. So
Right.
this would represent all the thoughts that these people wrote down right there. And that little condensed already folded up. Now let me show you the mechanics for reading it. And this of course comes from the Dunninger pad. And I actually made this up to demonstrate in our book with the thought scan
Right.
board what the original Dunninger pad looked like. And he would sit there and he would read thoughts and he would kind of shield it. Let me show you so that you could, if you have billets, you could be opening them inside. And it's supposedly the flaps were to cut the glare and what have you, so you could see what you were doing. But in reality, they covered up your hands, so you could be opening these papers inside and reading what they said.
Sure.
Well, here's how I changed things a little bit or added to them. What I did is I put 2 strips of double-sided tape here and here. You can't even see it.
No,
really.
not really, no.
And even from this close. And if you hold it like this, or not quite open all the way, that shields it totally. see?
Sure, yeah.
And it doesn't stick to it because do you see the design? It's
The internal flap keeps the 2 side flaps off the tape.
Yeah, see, it like keeps a little space there, so that it never touches that paper.
Right.
And this never touches it because of the way it goes. I'm just going to open and close it a few times so that the camera can pick up on that. You can see the exact mechanics of how it works. See, and it was just a little craftsmanship here to make this thing up. I took some heavier cardboard. I got some contact paper. It's not the greatest job in the world, but it works. So anyways, now we've got this stolen center. Just drop it inside. Now see, this is the way it works. And I'll just do this from here. As you're supposedly jotting your thoughts down, what I'm doing is I'm simply sticking this to the double-sided paper, or double-sided tape, I'm sorry, like this, like this, and like this. It takes a few minutes to do it, but once it's done, now we're at that point.
Okay.
See, now it's stuck down so good, I can open it and talk to people like this. And that kind of nullifies when you hold it like this. There can't be anything in it, or it will fall out.
It would fall out. yeah.
See, so I can look at a person and say, think of your thoughts, and just jot down, look at it. I'm looking at all of them.
Yeah.
So I don't even have to recopy the information like in some of the other methods. All I got to do is open this and stick them on. It's also a great way to work any mind reading routine, like even the thought scan type routine where you steal the cards or billets and get them in your pocket and then later just drop them in the pad.
Now, when you're opening the centers, what are you saying to the audience, or what's going on at that moment?
It could be almost anything. I say, okay, now I want you all to concentrate on your thoughts. I can't even remember what I might have said yesterday. I guess in 35 years of doing this, my mouth just goes automatically, You can even throw a dummy thing out, But a lot of you are thinking a lot of different things. Somebody's thinking of a birthday or some kind of date around the middle of July,
Okay.
14th or 13th or 12th or something like that. Who's that? See if you get a response.
Okay.
You almost certainly will. Is it a birthday? Yeah. Whose is it? Just
Because those kinds of, you could do the 37 thing, or
you could, yeah.
you know.
Or you could, you could even make up a red hot question. Not too red hot because it's an opener, but you could say, okay, was somebody concerned about? I don't know. Was there an automobile accident in the last week, and you got your left rear fender, and nothing serious, but your left rear fender dented or something like that. You see red paint on there. Who's that person? And all this time you're doing this.
Right.
And if somebody does respond, great,
Sure.
But if not, you say, okay, well, I can see why you wouldn't want to
Talk about
respond.
it.
But isn't there somebody who's thinking of an evergreen tree at the moment?
Right.
Would you raise your hand? See, by then you've
See,
got
but now you're into it. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and the advantage of this method is all you got to do is open this stuff and stick it on there. And remember, they're all folded together in one group. So it's not even like you have to open 4 individual billets. 2 folds, and they're all unopened
Right.
because they're stacked. So you see the advantage there. Open 2 folds, you have 4 loose billets. 2 will be right side down, 2 will be right side up. So all it means is turning 2 over and sticking them down, and you're set to go.
Right.
Now, just so you know, and I made this up just to do this demonstration, but instead of just sticking 1 sheet of paper down with these 2 pieces like that, you can, in fact, cut off maybe around 10 or 12 sheets from a pad,
Okay.
okay, and stick the whole pad down, and then put the tape on just
On the
top.
uppermost sheet. Yeah.
And then what you can do is you're doing your mind reading, okay? And let's say you've done 3 of these, and the 4th one you remember, okay?
Yep.
There we go, wetting my finger again. You can take it, say, okay, well, let me start again. You rip this off and put it in your pocket, and now you're clean.
Right.
And now you can do the last one on the pad like that, and there's nothing to find because you've ditched all the billets in
Right.
your
All the
pocket.
centers are in that sheet.
Yeah,
You just
and there you go. So a very useful gimmick.
a very useful tear to get 4 centers in one fell swoop.
One last point. I need to show you one more thing.
Sure.
The paper I handed you was special paper.
Okay.
Not paper you buy in the magic store or anyplace else, but paper that you buy like in Walmart or a stationery store. It's got to be Crayola doodle pad paper.
All right.
And what this is like a pulp paper.
It's well, newsprint, I think
Yeah,
is what they
something
used to
like
call
that.
that stuff.
Yeah, that's not too neat there, but that'll do. The reason being, if you take plain white paper like you have in your copy machine or your printer, fold it in half 4 times, like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Can't
try
tear
to
it.
rip it. It's pretty difficult
Right.
to tear. Whereas on the other hand, this paper, this light pulp paper, you can do that with no problem whatsoever. Plus, it's very opaque. It's amazing how opaque this is. As a matter of fact, you could use this for a standard center tube. Probably shouldn't tell people that. They'll stop buying the pads from us. But you could take and cut this up, and it makes very good center tube paper. It rips real easy. But let me just again do this, show you how I draw the lines here. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to show you the tear again one
All right,
last time,
sure.
okay? And it occurs to me, maybe I should show you the exact mechanics of the center tear, just in case you know somebody who never learned that is watching. Okay, so it's folded in half twice like that.
Right.
Now you notice you really can't see through it.
No.
You can see the marks because it's a soft surface, but normally would not. You take it back, and again you fold it once like this in half on the single folded edge, and one more time. Now here is the center tear, and this is the traditional center tear. And it doesn't matter, this is where all the pieces are.
Right.
Where there's a single edge and a double edge. So there'll always be one single edge every time you fold in the one double edge. And that corner, right here, that's where all 4 corners are that have the information. So you can tear this way first, or you can tear this way first. But the important thing is, you got to keep that corner under your thumb. So let's say we're going to tear this way first. So right here is the vital corner. So you put your thumb right on top of it, and you tear straight down. There's the pieces. Put these on top of there, like that. And once again, you tear straight down. Sometimes if you offset it, it's easier to tear, like that. And then you put these pieces on top. And as you do this, you just slide back that centerpiece, just like that. And that is all 4 right there. All the information you need to read 4 people's minds is right in that tiny little thing. And that's when, now this paper also burns very easily. So if you do have the ability to burn paper, you could just take all these pieces and burn them. But if not, you can do what I did with you and ask you to put them inside the wine bottle or any kind of opaque bottle. And you know, it's kind of funny because you hand it to people, you think that they might start opening them up and trying to see what's in them. But that would only be the case if you said, hold on to them and I'll get back to them later. Or
Right.
like
Then
that.
they'd be curious enough.
But
But the reason for the wine bottle is to put them in a place where now they're inaccessible, so that they can't double check to see if the information is still there.
Right. And also by giving them a job to do, then they become occupied with doing that instead
Right.
of focusing on what's on the paper. So that's where you wind up with these pieces that small. And again, let me just show you. If you were to open just once, and then once more, now they're all open.
All 4 are
And
open.
what you have is this top one is face down, and the other one underneath it is face up, face down, face up. So,
It's like two
Two
face-to-face pairs.
yeah, so two open folds and then flip two over and you got four. This is like the same as stealing 4 billets. And with the way you just openly rip it, I mean, it just looks so fair. There's, for lay people, there wouldn't be one person in 10,000 who would suspect that the pieces are anywhere but inside that bottle.
That's great.
Thanks.
Now, you did a design duplication effect, and the method for this is literally silly.
It is. And you know, it's killer effect for people who don't know it. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a second, but you know, I'm going to do it for you,
Okay,
and then we'll talk about it.
Great.
So basically here, look at, there's a pad. I'll turn my back. Draw
Okay.
a simple design or a simple picture in the center of that top sheet. You know, I mean, it don't have to be as simple as a triangle or a circle, but it doesn't have to be overly complicated either. And of course, you have to realize that normally I'd be standing at this point, not sitting like I am. As a matter of fact, maybe I will stand up in a second just to demonstrate, you know, the proper positioning of the body and how this works, okay? So when you're done
I'm done.
writing, okay, just what I want you to do is just take that paper off the pad,
all right.
put the pad aside so that there's no marks or
No,
anything
okay,
like that,
yeah.
and then fold the paper over in half, maybe once or twice. And of course, I've been on the other side of the room, okay? And then what happens is I come back and I approach you and I am like this with my hands.
All right.
It's like, just place that piece of paper into my hands,
All
okay?
right.
Because like most things I do, I like to touch it, I like to feel it for a second. You know, as I'm touching it right now, I'm not getting a whole lot. Try to concentrate on what your design or picture is or whatever, and just try to see it in your mind. You know, I'm touching the paper. I certainly can't feel writing through the paper or anything like that. I'm not really getting a whole lot from you right now. Did you change your mind? Did you almost think of something different?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Well,
I
take the
guess so.
paper back.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to try my best to do what I can with this, okay?
All right.
Let me just take this, and of course I wouldn't be this close, but I guess I would do something like this, and maybe something like this. I don't know. I guess something like I'm going to go with this.
All right.
You just pop that back on there for me.
Sure.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, all right.
Well, can I see what the design is?
Yeah, sure. It was just
Okay,
a pine tree. It was
a
just
pine tree. I'm going to show you something here. Let me put this over here like this. It's a pine tree. Look at the design that I drew.
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh? Are you amazed?
I'm amazed.
Then give me a handshake. This is the method. Silly putty. You know, it's funny. I've mentioned this idea to a few people. It was about 25 or 30 years ago that Sid Bergson had an effect out based using silly putty. I've seen it mentioned a few times on the Magic Cafe in an offhand manner. As a matter of fact, Harry, you know, is writing a new book, and I offered to give him one effect. I offered him this one, and I said, well, I got an effect with silly putty. I don't think I'd be interested in that. And yet this is killer effect if you don't know the method.
Of course.
You know, with all the electronic methods and everything around today, you know, where people have pens and everything, this is just so silly and perfect. I mean, it sticks to your hand. It's almost flesh colored.
Right.
So you write something on a piece of paper. Go ahead, write something else. It could be a name. It could be whatever. And
Well, a name would be backwards, though. Wouldn't
yeah,
it,
and
if
then
you-
would be, you'd have to work at it a little bit. A picture. That's why a design. might
All
be
right. Well, I'll
or
just make a
something.
simple,
Okay.
just a simple drawing. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And all I do is behind my back, I've crossed my hands like this, so you can't see it to say, put it inside my hands.
Right.
So I'll do the standing again.
Right. So
And
I
behind
have
my-
it folded.
You'd fold it, and then
Okay.
behind my back, I just open it, and just take and stick this up against the silly putty. Because, and you notice I give you a drawing pencil. A regular pencil would work fine, but there we go.
That's a perfect impression.
See?
Yep.
Now, you know, I'm giving you the very basics of this idea, but you could see even the basics of it is pretty strong stuff.
Yep.
Because it just looks impossible. And again, it sticks to your hand. So when I pick this up, you see, it's angled.
You're just copying it. You
Yeah,
can
I
see
mean,
it,
I'm
right?
looking at it like this in my hand, right there in front of me, and just staring right at it as I'm
Yep.
running it from this side. What can you see?
Can't
And
see
then
it.
when I'm done, I can just do this. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it just covers it right up.
Yeah,
And if you wanted to, you could probably, after
You
the
stick
revelation, you could stick it to the back of the,
Yeah,
or to the front or to
yeah,
the back.
I mean, it's sticky, yeah.
Yeah,
Just for the record, and I had this published in Bascom Jones Magic Magazine years ago, and I'll tell you a way you can still do it. But you remember, I don't know, this is here, it's going to be one of those questions, it's going to turn into one of those extras on the video. I was going to say, do you remember when Legs pantyhose came into silver eggs? Do you remember when you used to buy your pantyhose in a silver? Now, when Legs pantyhose used to come into silver eggs,
Okay.
they don't anymore. They're just a different way. But back then I came up with this idea where you take and you lay $50 on the inside of one of those and cut around it so you get like a little convex mirror.
oh, okay.
Okay?
This was
And-
it was a Mylar.
Yeah,
so-
it was
a
very
silver.
shiny, so it was a perfect mirror to get a reflection with. But then what I would do is fill up the backside with silly putty.
Okay,
Now I did two things. First of all, if you were palming it, like let's say this side with a mirror, if you were palming it, it's almost flesh colored looking through your fingers.
yes,
And just for the record, if you buy different brands of silly putty, it's not really silly putty like in Walmart. It's a darker color than this. It almost perfectly matches your hand,
oh, okay.
just so you know. Except it's cheaper. You got to buy two of them to get the same amount as in a legitimate silly putty, but whatever. So if you had that, you got a reducing mirror on one side, and turn it over, and you got this impression thing on the other side. See? So, you know, but there's all kinds of places. And like you said, you can hide it in places until you need it. You know?
Sure.
Just stick it wherever you need it, take it off, use it to get an impression, maybe under the table. You're sitting across from somebody and at a dinner, and say, okay, I tell you what, draw a picture under the table where I can't see it. I'd like to touch it just for a second. Just pass it to me under the table. I just want to touch it, and here you are under the table, making sure you get a good impression. But you can't see, obviously, you're both slouch over the table. Oh, you know what, take it back. And there you go. Look right down, see it. So 1,000,001 uses. It's an incredible gimmick. I mean, think about it. It's a gimmick that allows you to lift writing off of something.
Right.
And any kind of pencil mark. Even after you've done it once, you can still do it again. It'll still come off, see? So that's a really incredible gimmick for a mentalist and a totally unused one.
And it's as close as the nearest toy department.
And it bounces.